Hello, Sunshine community. We got some 2v2 bingo action for the Ultimate Team Tournament. Uh, I'm here with Amber. We got Ambo and Libre versus Jukatox and Tomato. How's it going, Amber? So it looks like all the players are ready, so we get started in a minute.
Hey everybody, is my audio working now?
Yep, you're good now.
Okay, great.
So let me look up like what's the standings for this week. So for those not familiar, there's like five different events each week. Like any percent 120. Bingo is one of those. Um, so for week two, we had any percent PBs, 120 shines, 2v2 logout here, and all episodes race and a task. So Team Jukatox won the any percent. Uh, and my team J Glides, I guess, is the other team, won 120. Um, Schmidt, I believe, won all episodes race, and we don't know about the task yet. So this one could be pretty important. So if Ambo and Libre win, their team will win the week. Otherwise, we'll come down to the task, which will be presented, I think, Wednesday. Okay, so we got a first look at the board. Let's see what we got. So right away I see a little bit of Pinna with like Pinna 100 and Pinna hidden, but not too strong overall. I guess four bosses is also there. As far as blues, we got 50 total, 15 from four, 15 gelato. It's looking like a pretty open-ended card.
So today is a 2v2. How does
Yeah.
that change the strategy here?
So 2v2, normally like each individual person can go, I would say like down a more specific route. Like in 1v1, you kind of want to like set up for everything to make sure that you can like change plans in the middle. But in 2v2, you could definitely do something more narrow because like each person only needs 6 or 7 goals to win. Um, so like we like something like get trying to get to Pinna really early is something that's pretty common in 2v2, and you'll just have one person do that, and then the other person will kind of go and try and do everything else. I don't think that it's going to be super strong on this card because, like I said, Pinna doesn't have that many goals, but we'll see. I would say Ambo and Libre are probably the two faster players here. Jukatox has a pretty good 90% time, probably faster than both of them. But as far as bingo speed, I say Embouchure is pretty close. Tomato the slowest, for sure, but he's got a pretty big brain to make up for it.
Nice. So strategy, especially in 2v2, bingo makes up for a lot of speed.
Yeah, I would say so for sure. Other like reasonable starts, I think, like Rico 3 hoverless is on here. 5 enemy blues is kind of a Rico goal because there's 3 in episode 3 and 4 by episode 4. So you could combine that with Gelato or Bianco to get to 5. There's also 4 enemy blues without Rico, which is a little weirder because then you'd have to go either deeper into Bianco uh, or like get all the way to Pinna. And there's also some deeper gelato stuff. So like 4 gelato shines is here and sandbird shine. A lot of times you'll do gelato 1, the sand shine, and 1R because those are really fast. The fourth gelato shine is usually pretty slow. But there's actually also Gelato 100, so maybe that is something similar. That's something someone could go for. So yeah, that's one of the things in 2v2, like Gelato is normally bad pretty early, especially going deep. But if you're going to get like 4 goals for it, then it could be a worthwhile investment for one person.
To send one person in.
Yeah. And then that person would get like 4 goals and then just try and figure anything out to get like 5 or 6 for that one person, and then maybe the other person tries to get like your 7 to get to 13.
Right. Because this is Lockout, it's just first to 13 goals.
First to 13, yep.
Court is now in session.
So if I had to guess, I would say we'll see probably someone go to Rico for Rico 3 coverless. Might even have a race there. I think the other people might be split by just like general setup or maybe Gelato or Pinna pretty early.
So if you're looking at this, you're thinking Rico is one of the strongest early plays?
Yeah, I don't think it's like overpowering, but I think it does just set up for a lot. So even like 4 boss shines, you can get some bosses in Rico, or 3 from 4. And the first 3 Rico shines are super fast, so even if you don't get Rico 3 hoverless, you still have really 3 fast shines to get to other goals.
Behold this sketch of the perpetrator based on eyewitness descriptions. The truth is obvious. The guilty party sits among us. It is
Those are also episode shines, and 9 episodes is here.
I judge the defendant guilty as charged. I hereby order the
Now, when it comes to 2v2, one person has to complete the entire bingo square, or can it be split between?
No, it's one person. So like one person needs to get 9 episodes. You can't have 5 and 4.
This appears to be quite a predicament, Mario. Data analysis verifies that the island's inhabitants are indeed troubled by pollution, but the pollution itself is not the main problem. Mario, you witnessed this object at the airstrip.
So yeah, we're getting towards the end of the cutscenes here. I don't think there's too much more to say about the card. I think there's as far as like what probably the last goals we'll see, Serena 4 Hidden Shine is on here. That doesn't go with really anything on the card. There's also 2 Piantissimos. So there's Piantissimo shines in Deep, Gelato, Noki, and early Pianta. So it's usually Gelato or Noki that you would really need to unlock. So maybe that could go with like the Deep Gelato play we mentioned earlier, but otherwise I feel like that's going to be a really bad goal on this card. And 5 secrets also is kind of a lot.
So we'll see if any of those goals need to be claimed by the end, or if they all get avoided.
Okay, so right away we see Ambo and Juka both going to unlock Bianco. All 4 people going to unlock Bianco. So they might not go there, they might go on to Rico, they might even go on to Gelato, but this is the first step. The only other real place to go would be Pianta, which we haven't really talked about because it's not on the card.
Oh, not a single...
yeah, 2 Piantissimos, you would do Pianta 2, but other than that, nothing Pianta specific.
Princess, look! On the statue's head!
Mario?
Yeah, so while they were all fighting the Plant 2, you saw they probably all tried to get that jail blue. I think everyone except Tomato got it. So it's not a huge deal, it's just 1 coin. But that was a free one that he missed, basically. Ooh, and Jukatox gonna bonk into Shadow Mario. That's gonna lose her probably like 10 seconds. But I think she's going to Rico anyway, so it won't be the end of the world. When Shadow Mario gets too far away there, he'll take the long path around, so you can see that she's waiting still.
And do we see anyone else heading towards Rico?
So I think, yeah, they all... I didn't see what Libre did, but Ambo, Juka, and Libre... Sorry, Ambo, Juka, and Tomato all got a fruit to do this clip here, which signals that they're going to Rico, which needs 3 shines. And Libre is going right into Bianca. I wonder if Tomato and Juka are both actually gonna go to Rico, or one's gonna like try and go to Gelato. Because I don't think, like, sometimes with like Bianco you can like split it up, like one person gets blues, one person gets the level shines, but that doesn't really make sense for Rico on this card. So I think we might actually be seeing Tomato go for Gelato, which would take 5 shines, which is why he's getting this one over here. And meanwhile, Libre is just fighting Phoebe Piranha, so he'll get him a boss shine. Bianco's good for 3 from 4. It has some reds. Just general good for like setup.
So Juka and Ambo are both doing the same thing right now, about the same speed?
Yeah, Ambo's probably like 5 seconds ahead if this is a race for Rico 3 hoverless.
And that's the first goal in Rico that we'd see?
Yeah, for sure. Tomato looks like he's getting 5 shines to go to Gelato. Yeah, so Ambo and Juke are just going to do Rico 1 through 3. Rico 3 hoverless isn't the easiest strat, so if one person falls down, that could decide the race.
And right now they're both fighting this nose guy. What's his name?
Gooper Blooper.
Gooper Blooper. And he counts as a boss?
That's a boss, yeah.
Nice. So that would count towards 4 bosses.
Yeah, 4 boss, and then in episode 5 you fight him again, which would count as the second boss if they decide to go that far here.
So for Team Invictus, we have Libre doing PD Piranha boss and Ambo doing nose
Rico.
guy.
Yeah,
Blooper.
so Libre is going to Serena right now to do Serena 1, which is another boss. So because he has 2, I would guess he's probably going to be the boss person for this team. But we might see that change up, who knows. I feel like it's pretty interesting to see Libre going for bosses this early, just because there's not really much else in Serena. And meanwhile, we see Tomato going for Gelato 15.
Now, if someone got the 4 bosses early, would that negatively impact the other team in a big way, or is that sort of one that you do along the way to other goals?
It kind of depends on the card. Like, if there's 3 and 4 bosses, or even like 3, 4, 5 on one card, it could be really strong. I don't think Tomato and Jukatox are going to care that much about it, though, right now.
Right now, it's the Rico race that's going to make the biggest impact.
Yeah, they probably, when they were trying to figure out what 13 goals they wanted, they probably didn't consider 4 bosses as one of them very highly.
Now, the trade-off between 1v1 and 2v2 when someone takes a goal you were going after, how easy is it to pivot?
It really depends. Like, sometimes in 2v2, you'll get to, like, I don't know, say it's like 10-10, but like one person could just be like completely out of stuff to do because they don't have progress towards anything, and they just kind of sit around for the last 10 minutes.
I have seen that before.
Whereas in 1v1, like, there's usually always something that you've got progress to. So it really depends just like how you route the card for that individual match. Like, sometimes both people will just be setting up for everything. Sometimes they kind of go down these very narrow paths. So I think, like, we're gonna kind of see that with Tomato. So he's gonna get all these gelato goals, and then he's gonna have to figure something out to do for the next half hour.
Oh, we have our first click.
Yep, so Ambo got Rico 3 hoverless. It's not showing. He did click it. It's not on the Twitch stream. There we go. So Jukatox will probably be a little sad there.
Yeah, where do we expect Juka to pivot to in this case?
So now she knows she's behind Enrico by, with those mistakes, probably another like 20 seconds. So we actually see her pivoting to enemies right away here.
When we say enemies, which?
So 5 enemy blue coins. Okay. Ambo also doing the same. Sorry, go ahead.
Because that won't work towards 4 enemy blues. That bans Rico.
Correct.
So specifically towards 5. Okay.
Yeah. So there's 3 enemies in Rico 3, where Jukatox still is, and there's 4 in Rico 4, and we actually see Ambo getting all 4 of these in Rico 4. So they're still going for the same thing. Jukatox is just behind now.
So Juka went from being behind on Rico 3 hoverless to behind on the enemy blues?
Yes.
Not a good place to be.
Yeah, so she should know that she's behind to those enemy blues just because she lost Rico 3 hoverless. So it is like a little bit risky to keep going for the enemies. Meanwhile, Tomato going to click 15 gelato blues. So Libre and Ambo have pretty good information about where Tomato is now.
But Tomato's been chipping away at his goals, doesn't seem to have much competition from the other team. We're seeing Libre do another boss.
Yep, that'll be his 3rd. So Ambo's going to Gelato, and Gelato 1 has an enemy, so that'll be his 5th. So the fastest way to do 5 enemies is 4 in Rico 4 and 1 in Gelato 1. So he's basically doing that with Rico 3 hoverless along the way. So I think that's going to be really good for Team Ambo and Libre. Probably going to make Jukatox a little sad.
Yeah, having 2 of your first goals taken is not a good start.
And then, yeah, it's going to be kind of hard for her now because, like, she's basically just 30 seconds behind Ambo the entire match, and there's not really another place for her to go, I guess. Like,
right.
Libre
What's
already...
the play here, knowing that you're behind? Do you try to catch up? Do you switch to different goals completely?
Yeah, so she already lost, like, the immediate goals, I guess. So, like, maybe you try and get, like, 3 from 4, or even, like, 2 for 6 or episodes. But another problem is Libre has also been working on all those, so she's kind of, like, getting 2v1'd right here, as Deathline said in the Twitch chat.
Right, and the path that Tomatoes on is a good path for Tomato, but without any goals
Yeah.
from Juka, probably not gonna work out for their team.
Yeah, so like are some stuff like 100 coin shines, or she could like try and do a bunch of Delfinos to get to Pinna first. So she does have options. It's just like impossible to know basically which is going to be the right call.
Mm-hmm.
This is interesting. We actually see Embouchure going to Gelato 2. So normally if you're doing the Sand Shine, you would do it in Gelato 1 because you have to talk to this guy for 30 seconds. So he's probably doing Gelato 2, which would put him ahead to 4 Gelato, which is the thing we said Tomato would probably want to get here. So if Tomato only gets 15 Gelato Blues out of Gelato, I feel like that's kind of rough for their team.
Oh, so one of Tomato's goals that we think Tomato's working towards, Ambo's actually working against that as well?
I think so.
Rough. So for Juka and Tomato, they both are competing for goals. Well, it seems like Libre and Ambo are getting the lead.
Yeah, so Libre is opening Gelato and getting some more Delfino shines, so probably just trying to get his 4th boss in Pinna.
I'm getting some... Is this Pachinko?
Yep. So this will be... I didn't see how many Delfinos he did before this, but this will be progress towards 8 Delfinos. Libre trying to clip in. He's standing a little far back, I think. And he's going to give up and do a Bianco shine instead. Yeah. You can do it with like pretty much every fruit, but where you have to stand is different for all of them. So maybe he's just not used to doing it with coconut. Okay, so Tomato does have 8. That's probably right, because he had to do 4 to get to Gelato, and then he was spending some time on Delfinos. And Tomato's actually going to be the first one to go to Pinna.
And what is in Pinna?
So Pinna 100, Pinna Hidden. There's Pinna 2R and Pinna 3 are some early red coins to get.
Okay, so lots of opportunity in Pinna being the first one there is...
Yeah, there'll be a couple goals there. Because Tomato doesn't have any bosses, he won't get that, which would normally be another good reason to go to Pinna, but that one's going to go to Libre for sure. And we see Jukatox getting, that's her 3rd Gelato Shine. Ambo also working on his 3rd. So it's actually going to be 4 Gelato race, but not for Tomato, for Juka and Ambo.
And is Juka in the lead for that right now?
So it depends what shine Ambo goes for. So if he goes for a Sandbird, which is a goal on the card, I think he's going to lose the 4 Gelato race. If he just does...
Shine.
Yeah, if he just does one of the hidden shines, he should win.
And is there anything on the board that would give him a hint that Juka's also going for this, or does she have the element?
She hasn't clicked anything, so they're completely in the dark. Oh, but it looks like Juka might be going for hundreds. So Gelato 100 is also a goal on this card.
But not a fast one?
Not a fast one.
Not a fast one.
And Ambo did go into Gelato 4, so he's gonna get Sandbird, and I think he's gonna get Gelato 4 also, unless something happens. Oh no, he's going for Hidden. Okay, so he's gonna get Gelato 4 no matter what. I think this is actually, like, kind of best case scenario for Juka, because she could have started Gelato 2, and then seen the click for 4 Gelato.
Right, lost time there, and instead she's spending all of her time on the 100 coins, which seems like she'll get.
Yeah.
And then what's Tomato been up to?
He just did pin a 1. I didn't see if he got any blues or anything like that. I also didn't see if he got the enemy, so he got the one in Gelato, I know. There is a stacking stew in Pinna, which would be his second enemy outside of Rico. And Ambo clicks for Gelato. He did delay that by like 20 seconds. Now we see Ambo going for getting a bunch of coins in Delfino, possibly targeting 150 Delfino yellow coins. It doesn't go with too much on this card. There is 300, but with 8 Delfino already clicked off, I think he's just trying to get 1 goal basically.
And the 3 100s again has to be just one individual. So if you, as a team, did the Pinna 100, Gelato 100, and Bianco, unless it was all done by the same person, that's not going to get you the 3 100s.
Exactly.
So does that make the 3 100s like a late game click on this card?
I would say it's going to be probably pretty late game, yeah. So I think especially because like Tomato's in a good spot to do pin 100s right now, but I don't think he wants to do that because I think they kind of need Juka to be the 100s specialist. But so I think for that team, they just kind of have to wait until Juka is able to get 300s, basically. I don't think they can try and do that early.
Mm-hmm. And as Juka gets this 100, is that an immediate click? Do you wait on that?
So she'll know Ambo clicked for Gelato, and she can kind of try and time it from there, how long it would take him to do Gelato 100s. But she also doesn't know if he delayed it, so it would be a pretty risky delay, but it's one that could work out. They're also at the point where okay, she clicked it right away. But I was going to say, they're at the point where they might need to take some of those risks too, and hope Ambo wastes some time. Oh yeah, another goal we didn't talk about is both Bell Shines. That's basically, you need to do Pinna 4. So Tomato's also on his way to that.
We just got a couple more clicks. Got 4 boss
so we
shines
got
checked off.
So 4-3 right now. I think Team Ambo and Libre is probably in the better spot, but Tomato's going to get some clicks, and it looks like Juka's also coming to Pinna, maybe for 100s or something. Another thing to note is Tomato didn't do Pinna Hidden right away. He went to Pinna 3, so he might have just been waiting for that 4 boss click to know when Libre was done with Pinna 1 before going back to Pinna 2.
And what is Libre working on right now?
Good question. He might be trying to get Pinna Hidden, which Tomato's gonna beat him to. He'll have the option to do hundreds in episode 2, or maybe even try and go for both bells, which Tomato is also leading.
Both the bell shines, and
Yeah.
that's faster than the lighthouse.
So Lighthouse is only one shine, but it's a little harder to do, and Tomato already did left bell on his way to Gelato earlier.
Was that the one that you clip into?
No, so it's by Gelato. It is the Gelato Lighthouse, and you need Yoshi to get up there. But the shine itself spawns really high up in the air, so it's kind of hard. So you do like this big jump, spin jump with Yoshi, and then dismount to get to the shine, but it's just a lot easier to do right bell.
And then Tomato did get the pin hidden.
Yep, and he clicks it as
Or
Libre is
Libre.
doing pin hidden, so that's good for that team.
So are we gonna see Libre cancel out of this area or finish it up?
Looks like he's finishing it up. It is a red coin shine. This will be his third in pinna for 3 from 4.
So
Libre
it
is
still
also
will contribute towards some other goals for Libre.
Yeah. And at that point, it's also just like 30 or 40 seconds to get a shine, which is just fast in general. We see we see Amba going back for Rico 5. So this would be an episode. I don't think there's anything else though, really.
And what makes something an episode?
Just like when
The
you select the
number in
shine.
the
When you
world?
select the shine, there's like episodes 1 through 8. Anything
So
that's
when we
not a hidden
say, like,
or
Rico
100 coin.
3, that's an episode. Rico
Yeah.
4, that's an episode.
Yeah, but like Pinna 2 hidden, not an episode. So Amo did Gelato 1 through 4. So this will be his 9th episode. Not clicking right away though. I don't know why he just didn't do Gelato 5 for Piantissimos or Pianta 1 or 2. Maybe there's something on the card I'm not seeing though.
Who is this?
Ambo. Oh, Deathline's correcting me that Ambo did not do Sandbird. Which makes sense, he did, yeah, he did the Hidden Shine instead. So still a little interesting that he did Rico 5 and is now going to Sandbird, when he could have done Sandbird and Gelato 5 in a similar amount of time, but it'll work out. I think this is also working out for Jukatox, who is going to now get her second 100, and she's uncontested to it. So, like, Libre did have the chance to win this if he went for it. Oh, so Libre actually is getting 9 episodes first.
Now, for some of the hundreds, there's what, exactly 100 coins available. Is that how all of them work? Like here, if you
Most
miss,
have a lot more than 100 coins.
Okay.
So Rena 1 has 101 coins. That's the closest one, basically. Pinna 2 actually has infinite coins because you can just keep waiting for these bills to come and then spraying them for 2 coins each.
Okay, so if you see some of the coins disappear, like they're not all collected.
Yeah, it's usually
that's not
okay.
the end of the world.
Yeah, and they usually know which backup coins are fastest. So 3 for 4 is probably close. So Jukatox is gonna have 3 from 3 after this. Libre will have 3 in Rico, 3 in Pinna, 3 in Bianco. So he needs 2 more in Serena. Tomato trying to clip into Lilypad. I don't know why he wants that shine so bad.
So another 100 coin clicked without delay, no contention there.
And then she goes back into Pinna. So maybe she wants either reds or enemy blues. Oh, she didn't do Pinna too, so she does need a third there.
A third for the 3 shines from 4 levels.
Yeah. And this is also a secret, which is probably going to be another late game goal.
The 5 secret shines late game.
Yeah.
And what makes that late game? They're just harder to get to or not as contentious?
So 5 is a lot, and there's no like earlier 3 or 4 secrets on the card.
I see. So it's not a progression that you would get multiple or clicks for.
So now I think Jukatox has 2 secrets. So yeah, like Juka has 13 shines, only 2 of them were secrets. Libre, a little closer, because Serena 2 and 4 are both secrets. But I think he's still only at 3 right now.
So when you're playing 2v2, how much communication is going on typically between the teammates?
So it's funny you say that, because I feel like when I play with Tomato, it's like almost constant talking.
Is it all game strategy, or is it?
No, it's all. I think it's usually game strategy, and like whenever there's a new piece of information, right? You talk about it. But Ambo actually doesn't ever have microphone, so I don't know where him and Libre are communicating, but it's almost certainly through text, which can be a lot harder to do.
Trying to, yeah. Just during the cutscenes, or
yeah, exactly.
Or if there's something really crucial, you take a break from moving to communicate.
Yeah. So I think Ambo, is he doing Bianco 100s? I think he is. So this is obviously 100 coin in Bianco, but it is not a fast one. So Bianco 3 is usually the one you'll see in Bingo, because you only need to do, all you have to do is fight PD to get to it, and it's a lot faster than Bianco 1. But I think if you're really good at Bianco 1, it's a little faster than doing PD plus Bianco 300s. And it's also something that most people just don't know, so the fact that he's doing it right now is just like also showing his knowledge.
So there's a chance for him to take this Bianco 100 that you would otherwise expect Juka to go for?
Yeah, so she's actually doing 300s in Pianta right now, though. So she's going to get 300 coin shines, and Ambo's going to get Bianco 100s.
Okay, so splitting that.
Yeah.
So once Juka wraps the 3 100s, what is next for her?
So probably 2 for 6 is what her and Ambo are both going to look at. Maybe not Ambo, because did spend a lot more time in like deeper Gelato and Rico. Ambo still has to do Sandbird, which I think he's just hoping that Jukatox doesn't go for, because he already showed a lot of Gelato. Blues are still on the card, but 15 from 4 is kind of a lot.
He has to do Sandbird. Is he working on unlocking it, or could
No,
he go
he,
right
he
now?
has access to it right now.
So what's the strategy then with delaying that? What is he
Oh wait, he
working
already
on?
did. I think he already did Sandbird actually. What's the strategy with him? So if he did not do it, he just doesn't want to do it because it's a slow shine that only gets one goal, and he's just kind of banking on Jukatox not doing it for similar reasons. But he did it, and he's just been delaying
Delaying.
it for like 5 minutes, which is okay. Now that we say that, he's clicked it.
There we go.
Oh god, Libre ground pounding in midair above the void and somehow not dying.
So when we talk through what's left on the board, we have 50 total blue.
Mm-hmm.
Who's been making progress on that?
Well, looks like Jukatox is starting to go for that now. And that will go along nicely with 15 from 4 worlds, which would get you to 60.
We
Tomato
have
already
4.
did Gelato 15, so it's a little sad for that team that Jukatox also has to do 15 in Gelato now.
I see. Yeah, doubling the work there. And
Yeah.
then why wouldn't Tomato go for that goal if he already did the first?
Yeah, I think they probably just like Tomato has more progress to I think the other goals just because he didn't spend all that time on hundreds, so they probably see this as like Tomato has to compete for the stuff like Libre's going for. So Tomato's going for some enemy blues, look like. He was just in Bianco.
And what counts as an enemy blue?
Like the spiders in Rico, the cataquacs. I think it's I don't actually know what our definition is, but it's like the things that could hurt you usually and give you a blue coin. So like birds are not an enemy because they don't do damage to you.
So if you needed enemy blues not from Rico, where are you heading?
Yeah, so there's 2 in Bianco, which Tomato just got. 1 in Gelato and 1 in Pinna. And that's what you're seeing Tomato do right now. There's also 1 in like Serena 4, which is really late, and 1 in Pianta 5, which is also really late, but these are the typical 4 that you'll see. And Libre also going for the same goal. And Tomato gets the click.
So now, do we expect Libre to pivot, exit out, or just finish it?
I think he still wants probably like 2 from 6. And this is the secret shine here. No, Libre already clicked 5 secrets. So yeah, Libre is probably pretty close to 2 from 6. We're starting to get to the point where it's like each player is kind of running out of things to do.
So then you get the bigger ones, like 26 shines. I mean, everybody's been doing shines. Who is closest right now?
Yeah, I think Libre is
has
the closest at 21.
21.
Ambo's going for the Piantissimo shines, it looks like. So he just has to do Pianta 2 and then Gelato 5. Both are pretty fast.
And at one
Let's see
point
how they
was
can get to 13.
Mo working on the Bianco 100.
He finished already. And he
Okay,
hasn't clicked it
just
actually.
delaying the click.
Yeah. So he's probably he saw Jukatox clicked 3 100s 5 or so minutes ago. And there it is. So I think he's just basically going off of that click and kind of figuring out how long it would take Jukatox to do Bianco hundreds.
Which she hasn't been working on.
Yeah, she hasn't been working on. But if she did start doing it, that would have been
right.
brutal right then.
But it's good for her that she, picked a new goal, has been working on blue, because I think she's ahead in that, right? Fairly uncontested.
So Ambo and Libre only need 3 more clicks. What will it be? So it will probably be 2 Piantissimos. And then I would have to say 26 shines. And I don't know what the last one is. Libre is ahead to Serena 4 hidden, and he's also probably ahead to 2 from 6, so one of those two.
So if we're continuing through the goals, you said the 2 Piantissimo someone's working on right now.
Yeah, so Ambo's gonna do the second one right now.
And then the 2 shines from 6 levels.
Yeah, so I think Libre also probably only has one more shine to do for that.
And then Serena 4 hidden.
So yeah, Libre is the only one that's been to Serena, so he's just ahead to that. But Libre will probably get 26 shines before then.
So it seems like that team, Ambo and Libre, are set up pretty well.
Orange team is in a pretty safe spot right now. Yeah, and it kind of helps that blue team is not doing the things that orange team is doing.
Right, there's no competition there.
Yeah.
If they each work on their independent goals without conflict.
If they keep doing what they're doing, it'll be 13, 13-11 or 13-12, but blue team doesn't have a chance.
And in terms of the tournament overall, these teams were coming in with close scores, is that right?
So this is only the second week. So I think orange team was 1-0 and blue team was 0-1. So there's going to be 6 weeks, so there's still plenty of time for blue team to turn it around. But I think they're going to be 0-2 after this one.
And how are the other teams doing?
So I think we're both 1-1 now. So my team won this week. So I think orange team is 2-0. Team Darkman and I forget who the other captain is. Are 1-1, and then Team Jukatox is 0-2.
And when you're saying the score, is that for the whole week? I know there's
so that's for the whole week. There's many events for me to keep track of, like the individuals. Yeah, I just know that if orange team won today, that was their 3rd win for the week. Ambo, I don't know what he's doing under Delfino. I think he's just probably done with stuff to do. So he's
just get to run around and wait for your partner to...
Exactly. So Libre's already in. Libre's in Serena 4, which I think will be his 25th or 26th shine, but also Serena 4 hidden.
So it'll go up to 14, or
they could be going for 14, which is always a little bit of a flex. Oh, it's only his 23rd shine, so they will get to 13 or to 14.
It's like a little bit of a struggle to get that right.
Yeah, it's really struggling for those
yeah.
last few coins.
I mean, he's got time to burn, but still.
As long as he doesn't game over, I think he's good.
How many lives does he have right now?
Oh, there goes another one. He's got two more.
Still 2 lives, yeah. Should be fine.
And there are some in the secret he can pick up if it gets really dire.
Now, you spend so much time as like a speedrunner doing these in like a very fast way. Is it easier to slow down, or at this point you've practiced it fast so much, is it easier to just do it the speedrunner way?
Yeah, I think it's definitely easier to try and do it like whatever you practice. If you try and like go against your muscle memory to slow down, I feel like it's way easier to die.
Okay, we just got those clicks.
Yeah, got the 13th click.
A last minute click from blue team, but good games.
Yeah, so 13-10, pretty close overall, and Jukatox was ahead to 15 from 4. Especially if some of those earlier clicks went the other way for the blue team, I think. I think they had a pretty good shot.
Yeah, that race at the beginning, blue team
Yeah.
had 2 of those goals taken out from under them.
Hello. What is your team name again? We just kept calling you the blue team.
Zombie
We might
King,
as well be the
Pacific
blue team.
Blueberries.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
We're just the blue team.
It has blue in it, so like we might as well.
It also has zombies and kidneys. Anyway, I'm getting a TurboTax ad.
So yeah, I mean, what should we talk about? I don't know.
Yeah, let's see if we can get Libre in here, and then one of us can like read Ambo's discussion.
The classic, yeah.
The classic. And Amber actually asked, like, so do they talk to each other? And I was like, funny you mentioned that because Ambo doesn't talk.
Yeah.
It's okay. I have experience with non-talkers with Ramato before. So like
Yeah,
me and
Ramada used to be.
Oh yeah, Romano
non-talker.
used to be like that too.
me and Ramato, we played a couple scrims, and he was like, "El equipo in the chat in Discord."
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so why don't you guys tell us like what you thought about the card? I thought it was like a very open-ended start.
Yeah,
We
it's
thought
pretty
like
big.
someone would go to Rico, but what do you guys see?
I was talking to Abo a little bit about it. It kind of felt like we uh we were like, it was like a free for all kind of card. Like my game plan wasn't that super solid. I feel like planning like, okay, I'm gonna get 4 bosses, but I ended up like rushing it like with Manta, and then I was like, well, let me go to like get some Delfinos and this and that, and okay, I guess I'm in Pena, and I felt like we didn't had a really good mid game plan, like Remo said. Yeah.
It was really hard. I feel like we kind of had the same issue.
Yeah.
Like our start, I feel like the idea was when I clicked 15 gelato, I hoped that would scare you guys away. And then Juka could go like transition maybe with enemies from Rico to gelato and then just pick up all the gelato stuff. Because gelato was really good. Like, this is very weird. I feel like normally gelato is kind of a stinker, but I kind of
Yeah.
had a lot going for it. So we thought that would hopefully work. But then, yeah, a lot of the gelato stuff got taken.
Yeah, we figured that was really strong by Ambo to then go for all the gelato stuff. And then it was made
Yeah.
even worse by the fact that Juka did the same exact thing.
Yeah. I mean, at least we got hundreds out of it. So we got something, but
Yeah.
Was typing in the commentator. See, he's
Yeah, I
saying
saw
he
that.
was
So
3 hoverless a snipe really badly.
yeah, so 3 hoverless was a snipe by probably like 10 15 seconds, and then Juka pivoted straight to enemies, which Ambo was also doing, and she was behind.
Damn. Was that a delay by two Pena 2R?
I did pin a 3 first.
Smart.
Because honestly, I thought if someone's, because I didn't know what you were doing until you clicked bosses, right? So my
Yeah, that
game
was
plan
that was a
was,
big giveaway. I shouldn't have clicked it that fast, given that where people were, but I wanted to be on the board because I haven't clicked anything yet.
yeah, I thought maybe you were doing the same thing I was doing, and which is why I did 3 first. I thought if I lose pin a 2R, right, at least I know that Libre did what I did, and then I can still win bells and pin 100 maybe if I need to do it. But then I saw bosses, and I was like, oh well, I might as well go and do pin a hidden because, yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
that
well,
was
now I
like
have time.
that
So
was a good tell. Yeah, it was pretty obvious given the time of the clock, and yeah, that was me finishing Mecha Bowser. For some reason, my horrific route of 4 bosses with Manta kind of paid out in the end, I guess, because I had access to secrets and Serena for Hidden Shine.
Yeah, you really made it work at the end. I feel.
Yeah.
What were
Yeah,
you guys both at? 26 shines.
23, 24 shines maybe at the end. Let's see.
Okay.
Need to. I don't know. I wasn't. I think I was quite a bit because I had a really shaky start with I messed up airstrip and stuff, so I felt like I was really behind. So that's why I ended up doing 4 bosses in Manta. That's my thought process. I have 24 shines.
That makes sense. Okay,
Okay.
you
I have
also died
25
a
after
lot.
trade.
Corona 4 are.
Yeah. There was no way for me getting to pin out to R. Maybe I should have just like. Basically, at that point, I was like, if okay, I'm doing 3 from 4 already, so like I just need to finish up like Serena and Rico for that.
Yeah.
Was that 3 from 4 contested?
It was a little bit, yeah, but I don't know exactly how close Juko was. I think she was in her 4th world doing piano hundreds for the 3rd
Yeah, I
100.
think she was 2
Yeah.
shines behind.
I was
Yeah.
I was scared that me doing slow stuff like Serena 3 from 4 might have, you know, maybe you guys could have gotten it.
Yeah, I think 2 from 6 was kind of important at the end because we
Yeah.
knew Libre was head to 26 shines, but
Okay, so
Yeah.
just like the way Libre started, he was also set up really well for that.
what was your end shine count? Yeah, how many?
I'm at 23 and I can trade to 25. So I was gonna just pick up 7 Plaza Blues and then trade.
Okay,
Oh, so
14
yeah, I
pretty
didn't
much
even
same.
see all the blues you had, so
I
yeah,
just
that
didn't
was
have
a
that
good
many
thing.
blues. I just had the 15 gelato from the start, and then I picked up a couple along the way. I got one by accident, clipping into Turbo Cop. I got Jelly Skip too. Oops.
I only had 10 blue coins the entire match, so I felt like if blue coins were just one more goal or something, like in terms of like I don't know, like totals or something, maybe I don't know, maybe
Yeah,
could have been closer.
I think what we were really hoping for was that I could somehow get away with 4 enemy blues and Bianco 100, which was a big ask for sure.
Yeah,
But I would thought maybe if I snipe to 4 enemy blues and then you happen to not have like I just happen to have a better Bianco hundreds because it's like one of the few shines I feel like yeah maybe I could beat you in a race, you know.
Oh yeah, that
Uh,
was
Juco.
Ambo that click 100. Oh, at one point, me and Ambo, we both almost had 9 episodes, and I was like, yeah, I'm doing 9 right now, and then I'm like, well, I'm gonna click it because I haven't.
yeah.
We raced to 9 because my last 9 was just Rico 3 normally, like at the end. So because I was trying to
Yeah.
get secrets. Okay, wait, you're gonna ask Yuka something.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Juco. Why did you do Pianta hundreds instead of Bianco for your third one?
Wanted to rush 300s, do
I think
like a quick
3 from
one.
4 was also on the table at that point. Was like a big
Yeah,
idea as well. So it was like
Yeah,
Pianta's fast, and then
kind of
if
a 50-50.
it doesn't work out, we can pick up the 100 at least, so we have something.
and Ambo, did you delay Bianco hundreds only because Juco clicked 3? I was assuming. Okay, yeah, so Ambo would have still won Bianco hundreds. He delayed that for like 5 minutes,
Oh, interesting. I really
and he did it.
considered
He did
doing
it in
it.
1-2, which so he would have beat you to a race. It was pretty cool.
I was wondering. I guess I didn't like process that it was Umbo that got Bianca 100, or I think I
Yeah.
did in the moment and was like, wow, that's weird. But I just thought that Libre had to do it because of Bianco 3 access, right? I thought Umbo wouldn't take the time,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
that makes sense.
my route was weird. Like at one point, I failed Underbell, so I went back into Bianco to get Bianco 3 or something, and then Bianco 4, just trying to get my shine count as fast as possible.
Was
uh,
300s close at all, or not really? By the way,
No.
no,
okay.
yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
We
Ambo
just
was
we
doing
saw the
Bianco
Bianca
for his
100
second,
and
but
okay, yeah. So not. Was there ever like a plan in the long term for 3 or not really?
Ambo did learn 100. Bianco won 100. Was that Bianco won 100?
yeah,
Dang,
it
I
was
still
one.
can't believe Bianco 100 is happened.
Actually,
That's
so
pretty
I,
sick.
I I was looking at. I thought Juku was doing it because I was like, obviously she's going for 300s. And I was like, oh, this is sick, but
That's
Yeah.
sick.
It was still cool, but it wasn't the game-winning play, unfortunately. Um, yeah. So Ambo said in the chat if Juka didn't click pit 100s, he would have thought about 300s eventually.
Yeah, that's fair. We did show 200s.
Okay. Anything
Mhm.
else? Otherwise, I think that's it.
Any last
Yeah.
text messages, Embo?
Yeah,
GG.
GG.
Yeah, GG has to be
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
Yeah, GG.
Yeah.
GG. That's a good one.
Yeah. It was a
So
good one. I had a good
yeah,
time.
we got another match in about an hour and a half. That will be Jeff and Bry versus Rasmus and Mr. Yato, also 2v2. So yeah, come back for that.
Yeah.
Right now, we're gonna watch PK do 120 shines.
Wow, that's a tragic fate. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, everyone go. No one wants to watch
Thanks for
that.
thanks for play. Thanks for playing, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thank
GG.
you. It was a lot of
Yep.
fun.
Thank you.
Yep.
Good match.
GG's.